back to the Zelterzerg circuit here, round 4 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. My name's Paul Malin. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast today. Still one more race to go though. MXGP Race 2 coming up next. It's round 4 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Riga. And Riga there, the beautiful city that you can see on screen, is the largest city of the Baltic states. And we're about an hour's drive from there, alongside the river. Beautiful part of the world. Just not been able to experience it like we've been able to in the past though, due to all of the restrictions and all the rest of it. But enjoy these pictures because they are beautiful, and if you ever get the chance to come out here, please do. You will not be disappointed. But let's get back to the racing though. The MXGP riders are out on the racetrack, as you can see. Still a chilly old day out there, but these guys won't mind that for a minute. I forgot to mention actually last time out, but no Sean Simpson lining up on the grid if you didn't see him in first race. That's because the crash that he had in race 2 on Sunday, he woke up on Monday morning and just was more than a little bit second-hand, so he not lining up here or on Sunday this weekend either. So hope he gets well soon. Of course, Julian Lieber only announced a few days ago that he's retired from top flight racing, so there'll be a replacement coming in soon for him on the weekend. But let's take a look at the racetrack, same as it was a week ago, just 1 or 2 minor changes. You know that by now if you've been watching the broadcast all day. But on Sunday, it was Glenn Koldenoff who was victorious here in the MXGP category. The venue where he took his 2nd Grand Prix victory, his 5th Grand Prix win was here that day. So Glenn Koldenoff, bit of work to do if he's going to repeat that though today, because a difficult first race for the standing construct GasGas rider. Nothing is impossible though, because when we look back at even getting on the podium, Roman Fevre had an 8th and a win here one year, got 3rd overall. So still plenty of hope for him. But anyway, as they settle themselves down there in pit lane or in the waiting zone, let's take a look at the first race. There was carnage in turn 1. As Jasikonis, he went down. So too, Jeffrey Herlings getting caught in the back there. Calvin Valandren, Gauthier Paulin, Bob Brechef, Mitch Evans. Tim Geiser was caught up in it on the exit of the turn as well, but it was Jorge Prado who collected his 2nd Fox Holeshot of the year, closely followed by Tony Cairoli, but then he hit a rock on the next lap, and you saw the buckled wheel. We had another shot of that actually, but he had to pull in for running repairs. He did rejoin the race, but he did not score points, so the lead then was handed over to Antonio Cairoli. And after that, all hell broke loose. Herlings was coming through the field. He found his way past Koldenoff. He was bringing Jeremy Seawer with him as well. The 2 Kawasaki's ganged up on Ivo Monticelli, led out by Clement de Sal. These 2 were fighting over sort of 5th, 6th and 7th at that stage of the race. Eventually they went through, and then Fevre eventually got the better of his teammate as well. And then quick succession, but Tim Geiser fell on race 1, and then again midway through the race, and that was Geiser out. He went back to the paddock. More on that in a moment, but Herlings got around the outside of Monticelli, or so he thought. Eventually he did make the pass stick, as he was edging on the top 5 position himself. Seawer thought he found a way past Herlings in this little exchange as they battled over 7th place. And then just a heavy landing there for the Monster Energy Yamaha allowed Herlings to sneak back through. Tonus was holding 2nd until 2 laps to go. Tipped over in the slow left-hander. Eventually came home in 9th place. Tony Cairoli, though, victorious for the first time this year, and it was career race victory number 177. Roman Fevre was 2nd. Jeffrey Herlings was 3rd. So that was race 1, and we didn't have time for all of the highlights. It was frantic. If you missed it, watch it again on demand a little later on at mxgptv.com. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, Lisa was down on the grid a few moments ago. A race later than usual, but she caught up with Calvin Valandren, the Gebben van Venrooy Yamaha.
So that first MXGP race really potentially actually was a championship-changing race for many of the main protagonists. Now, I'd like to speak to Calvin Valandrin. Calvin, extremely fast in time practice. You were down in the first turn. You worked really hard to work your way through the pack, but you kind of threw away a good advantage towards the end there.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I mean, after getting a good lap in time practice, it's disappointing to go down in the first corner. It's difficult first corner because it's like straight in 180 and you come back, so it's always a bit of carnage in the first turn. But I had a pretty good jump, I had a pretty good start, but I just got hit from the inside and someone hit me and I went down, unfortunately. So anyway, I put that behind me and I try to fight back to a good position. I know my speed is good and my fitness is good. So anyway, I will try to make a good start in the second moto and try to stay out of the carnage in the first turn and come out with a good result.
I'll tell you what, it was quite a dramatic first race, wasn't it, for many of the riders? What is it about this track that caused so much drama in that first race, do you think?
Well, obviously I didn't watch the race. I don't know who else had drama, but for myself, I just went down in the first turn, and then I know Gautier was also down. We were like kind of battling through the pack. But yeah, it's just the track is tricky, and there's a lot of places where you can make mistakes, so you have to be really sharp and focus 100% on the track. So it's a challenging track, but I think we all are ready for it.
Good luck. Thanks, Calvin. Good luck to all the guys here. It's time for MXGP Race 2.
Quick overview of the racetrack, and expect this half of the racetrack to change for round 5 of the championship on Sunday. Perfect view of that start straight, though, isn't it? Here's how the riders line up. Arminas Jasikonis on pole for the second time this year, actually, having won the qualifying race at Valkenswaard and then the time practice session here this morning. Tonus goes to the line second, then Valandrin, as he said a moment ago, just threw away that opportunity, got caught in that first turn. Did all the hard work as well, getting that time practice lap in. Herlings fourth, Geiser fifth. We'll keep our eyes peeled to see if Geiser is going to the line, because he will, I think, go to the line. Let's have a look. Goes to the line fifth if he is on there, but I went by into the paddock area earlier after the break, or during the break, and the mechanics were working frantically to repair the bike, fix the bike. You would do that anyway, but hopefully he's not too badly beaten up. We saw the crash, what it was and how it happened. There's AJ, Arminas Jasikonis, the pole man. Just get through that first turn, AJ, you'll be all right. Showed good speed to come through to 8th place. Romain Febvre, Monster Energy Kawasaki. Another good ride for him. Outside of the top 10 on lap 1, methodically picked his way through. Capitalized on a Tonus mistake in the latter stages on a Tonus just here. And Febvre came home in second position. Again, gives himself a perfect opportunity to grab another podium. He's been on the podium 4 times here, has Romain Febvre. Yeah, Geiser in there, look, next to Cairoli. So about 6 gates down. There's Glenn Coldenhoff. And breathe, Glenn. Standing construct, GasGas Factory Racing. Tough first race for him. 10th up to 8th, back down to 10th, down to 11th, and then eventually up to 7th. And it looked like he was trying to get onto the back of Jeffrey Herlings and Jeremy Seewer and go with that group of riders, but in the end just lost that toe. Maybe the pressure's off a little bit now then. Jeremy Seewer, fantastic ride for him. Followed Herlings all the way through into 4th place, even found a way past briefly, but just wasn't able to make it stick. Gautier Paulin, another rider that was down on the deck at turn 1. He and Calvin Valandrin charged their way through to 13th and 15th place, respectively. So let's see how this one turns out. The Fly Racing 15-second board is up. There is Geiser next to Clement de Salle and next to Tony Cairoli. How wounded is he? 30 plus 2, MXGP Race 2. The MXGP of Riga here at the Zelta Zergs is underway. Cairoli's in there, Prado's in there. Is that Coldenhoff or Monticelli around the outside? I think it's Monticelli who grabs the lead. Was it the Fox Holeshot though? There's Mitch Evans in 2nd, 3rd place. Herlings just behind him in 4th, and Febvre knacked his way I think it was DeSalle who knacked his way through turn 3. The leg was on the wrong side of the bike there. A lucky escape for the Belgian. His teammate buried again, look, 12th, 13th place, but it's Cairoli who leads the way. So the veteran, not quite 222 years old yet, but he leads the way on the Red Bull KTM, showing the youngsters the way how to get out that start and lead around this difficult, treacherous racetrack. Treacherous in terms of the holes and the minefield that it is, the Zelta Zergs. Monticelli second, Evans third, Herlings fourth, AJ fifth, around the outside of Siwa, DeSalle in there. And then Tonus alongside the Kawasaki rider as they enter that rhythm section. Good to see Mitch Evans up there for Team HRC. Shoulder reconstruction while he was away in Australia during the lockdown. Difficult first race for him, but the second one, he's right there where he wants to be. Nowhere near to being 100% fit, but you know what? He's going to hang it out there as long as he can. Got Herlings breathing down his neck on the Red Bull KTM. Different lines through the rhythm section. Herlings off the back. Moves into third place at the first time of asking. Jeremy Siwa and Jasikonis locked together. Herlings tries to cut to the inside, just looking down the leaderboard here. Everybody get through. Well, Koldenoff was in outside the top 20, but is now showing us up to 18th as Herlings moves into second. Good start, though, for Monticelli on the GasGas. Just there in white. AJ looking to go around the Honda rider, bottom of his screen. Evans will just try and push this out as long as he can. But it's Cairoli who leads. Herlings is second. Oh, and Vevra. Did he tip over? So Geisser already in the water. Oh, they tag. Geisser stays up. Vevra goes down. Lucky break for, yeah, watch it from here. Geisser just tried to get in there. Vevra wasn't expecting it. Sends him over the bars. Has that cost Vevra a podium? He's in 25th, you would have to say yes. But 26 minutes, 26 and a half minutes still to run. Anything can happen. AJ alongside Evans does nick by the Australian. At the second time of asking, maybe? Just towards the end of the wave section. He's done Monticelli as well. 2 for 1. It's a good pass for AJ. And Evans goes through as well. Meanwhile, back at the front, Cairoli, Herlings, 2 Red Bull KTMs. Arminas Jasikonis, you know what, he fancies this. He's right there in third place. Made a much better start, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna rider. Can't blow himself out too much, though. I did speak to Antti Pirinen about the race situation on Sunday, where he said he probably just blew himself out. So just about controlling your emotions, keeping them in check, respecting the ground that you're riding on. Very easy to get caught out on this circuit. These two riders both know that more than most, I would think, especially at this particular venue. Jasikonis was the fastest rider on track, 57.001, almost a pretty perfect time there. 58.1, 57.9 for the two guys ahead of him, respectively, Cairoli and Herlings. But side by side, back straight. Herlings keeps it lower. He's going to get alongside his teammate here, who looks across helplessly. Knows he can't do anything about it. So Herlings leads then, and Jasikonis around the outside of Cairoli. Wow. Talk about commitment. He said he fancied it. The big, tall Lithuanian now going after the 84. Who takes a look over his shoulder and was like, well, okay, where did you come from, big man? Fans that are allowed in here loving this. Almost like a home GP for AJ. Mitch Evans still tucked back there in 4th place. Paulin up to 10th. He's found away by Calvin Melandrin. Tixier past Koldenhoff. Koldenhoff's lost a couple of places, actually. He's dropping down the leaderboard. Herlings doing his best to hang on to that lead and fend off the advances of the 27. Koldenhoff was in 14th, but he is down. Oh, there, that end of that straight. So not the same kind of result that he wanted, or not the exact result that he wanted. Here's Febvre going by Michele Chervelin, the 747 SDM Corsa Yamaha. He's now up into 17th place, Roman Febvre. We said there's a long time left. Still believes he can chase a podium. Not going to be easy, though. Give you a rundown. Herlings leads, Jasikonis by not a lot. That's what 8/10 looks like. Cairoli is 3rd, Evans 4th, Jeremy Seawer 5th, Monticelli 6th, DeSalle 7th, Geiser 8th. No doubt riding through the pain barrier. Arnautonis 9, Gauthier Paulin 10, Jorge Prado is in 11th, just found his way past Calvin Melandrin. 13th is Jeremy Van Horebeek, Jordi Tixier 14th, Bogas 15th, Febvre now up to 16th, having passed Chervelin. Carlis Sabalis is 18th, Benoit Paturel and Matis Caro rounding out your top 20. Jacobi in 22nd place, Sterry in 24th position. Mitch Evans under attack from Jeremy Seawer. Seawer should slot up the inside here. There'll be little or no resistance from the big Australian, but just trying to ride himself back into contention and into full fitness for Team HRC. He is, however, the lead HRC rider. There's his teammate in the background. DeSalle tries to nip up the inside of Ivo Monticelli, the standing construct GasGas factory rider. He's also riding a little bit wounded after his big off on Sunday, but DeSalle muscles him out of the way. DeSalle now up in the 6th place. Four laps complete. Jeffrey Herlings, 1.7 seconds clear of Arminas Jasikonis. Looks like he's weathered the storm temporarily. As Tim Geiser joins the party. Going after Ivo Monticelli. Oh, Adam Sterry out. Hitachi KTM, fueled by Milwaukee, pulling a U-turn. Clement DeSalle looking to go by, oh, there's Samuele Bernardini. So the Guidinelli Racing Yamaha rider. One or two mistakes creeping into the game of more than one or two riders. Not an easy place to come to here. Mitch Evans still hanging on in 5th place for Team HRC. His teammate Geiser just behind him in 8th place. A few riders back. DeSalle neatly up the inside though. Moves into 5th position himself for Monstringi Kawasaki. So DeSalle just there. Lucky to get away on two wheels, actually, on that first lap, just because of what happened in that left-hander right at the start of the race. I'm not sure if he caught a rider or caught a bump, but looked like, certainly his left leg looked like it came off the peg. Anyway, to Sal up to 5th. Evans 6, Monticelli 7, but Geiser slams into the side of him. That was a quick change of direction, though, for Monticelli more than anything else, I think. Just needs to get through this one unscathed. Watch this here. He was already committed to the inside, and then Monticelli realised, whoa, hang on a minute. Both of them lucky to stay up, but Monticelli now going after Mitch Evans. Paulin just behind in the background. 4th rider in shot if we go wide enough. Just under 19 minutes plus 2 to go. MXGP Race 2. It's round 4 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Riga here at the Zelterzerg circuit. This is where Geiser crashed out so heavily in race 1. Almost alongside his teammate Mitch Evans here, the Australian. Probably stay wide, allow him to go through, possibly. Sure, he knows he's there, well, he does now. Bit of a bobble there for Evans as he entered that right-hander. Gauthier Paulin, Monster Energy Yamaha. His teammate Jeremy Seawer currently in 4th, about 3 seconds behind Tony Cairoli. There's the gap between Herlings and Jasikonis. Cairoli needs Jasikonis if he's going to win the Grand Prix here, because Herlings currently 3rd in race 1, leads race 2. Cairoli won race 1, he's 3rd in race 2. Cairoli going after Grand Prix victory number 90. He's currently on 89, Herlings on 88. He will equal Cairoli's tally if things stay like this. Who's the fitter? Who's the stronger out of the two? AJ or Cairoli? Cairoli riding injured. He's got a knee injury picked up on Sunday when we were here last. Realised the importance of a good start, because when he had that good start in race 1, he had the freedom to do what he wanted. He was safe that he could put the leg down in and around nobody. But when you're in that traffic after a poor start, it makes it difficult, because you never know who's going to be there getting ready to bite at you. Here's Jorge Prado, Arno Tonus, Calvin Verlanderen, Gavin van Venrooy, Yamaha, and Mitch Evans. So Evans just starting to fade a little bit. Well, you'd expect that anyway, the lack of racing. But Jorge Prado didn't make his normal rocket start. It looked like he got pushed wide at turn 1, actually. So Evans dropping down to 12th, as Paulin up to 8th, Prado 9, Tonus 10, Verlanderen 11. Van Horbeke now 12, and Vevra now 13. Just made a move on the background there on Evans. Track is gnarly. Paulin just heading up this group. Number 21, Monster Energy Yamaha. Staying ahead of the 61 Red Bull KTM of Jorge Prado. There's Tonus, teammate to Paulin. Keeping an eye on the gaps at the front. Herlings only 1.1 seconds clear of Jasikonis as it stands right now, 58.3, 57.5 respectively for the first two riders, Herlings and AJ. Good to see Verlanderen up there in 11th for Gavin van Venrooy. Seawer is on the podium as it stands right now, 36 points, 2 fourth place finishes. Jasikonis on 35 in 4th place. So Seawer, who's had 2 fourths so far this year, 4th overall at Monticelli Basin, 4th overall in Latvia. In the middle of all that was that 19th, a disastrous weekend for him in Valkenswaard, as GasGas goes after Monticelli. Seawer hasn't been on the podium since the final round, China, where he was 2nd overall. "14 minutes plus 2 to go. Tim GasGas fighting Monticelli for 6th place here. Oh, nice. Nice move that on GasGas, on Monticelli. Lured him into the outside. Watch this. Lures him in, he knows he's there, and all of a sudden uses that berm, that bump in the berm, squares off there. Pass done. Clinical. So GasGas now up in the 6th place. Massimo Castelli, their crew chief. Sort of the general manager there within that team. On a technical note. Boy, you can't shake AJ, can he? And Cairoli not going away either. Still can't decide which way this one's going to go. Is it going to be static like this, 1 second apart each rider? Are we going to see a lunge from AJ? Is Cairoli going to find his way past the Lithuanian ahead of him? Who knows? Is that Koldenhoff? So Koldenhoff limping in. Whatever the problems were, the winner here from Sunday will cruise into pit lane. He was upside down under his bike over on the far side of the track a few laps ago. Hopefully nothing too serious for the standing construct GasGas rider. 58.0, 58.5, 58.8. The lap times of these three in that order on lap 8. This is lap 9. Tough day for Koldenhoff. Not the way he wanted to end it either. Cairoli sets his fastest lap of the race, and he was quicker than the 2 guys ahead of him. The only one in the 57s, 57.8. Herlings 58.7, 58.3 for AJ. The gap, 2.4 seconds, separate the top 3 riders as they hit the line. And the situation that we've got here as they deal with the back markers, I think that's Artem Guriev, the JM Honda racing rider, the Jackie Martins. Jeffrey Herlings leads the overall classification. He's on 45 with a 3rd and a win potentially. Cairoli, same points with a win and a 3rd potentially. AJ, who is currently 2nd in the race for Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, needs to find his way past Jeffrey Herlings just to get on the podium at the very least. Febvre not out of a podium position yet either, even though he went down after coming together with GasGas early on in the race. Romain Febvre now up in the 12th place. He was about 3/10 down on Prado as we hit the line, and was quicker than the Spaniard last time around. So expect to see, has Herlings just made a break for it here? So Febvre has found his way past Prado, and so has Van Horebeke, actually. So this is how it happened. Prado to the inside, Febvre to the outside. Got better drive on the exit. So the Monster Energy Kawasaki rider picking off another position and therefore another point. Jeremy Seewer sets a personal best, 57.4. It's only 4/10 down on AJ's fastest lap of the race. Oh, hello, Cairoli. All over the back of AJ now. Anyway, as Tony Cairoli goes after Arminas Jasikonis, Lisa is getting ready to talk to the guys down at GasGas to fill us in on Glenn Koldenoff's situation. But we'll just keep an eye on this one for now, because Cairoli has obviously had the message, pass for the win at some point. Right, here is Lisa.
Okay, so we just saw Glenn Koldenoff, last weekend's GP winner, come in. Unfortunately, he made a crash and he's hurt his ribs. Unfortunately, he can't go on. He's going to get himself checked out in medical. Hopefully, it's all's okay, but that's all we know at this stage. So a tough day at the office for Glenn Koldenoff.
Thank you, Lisa. Tony Cairoli getting the urgency message, and Jasikonis has responded to it, because he's closing down on Jeffrey Herlings. Adam Sterry needs to move out of the way. Good lad. Here's Geiser. Got to Sal ahead of him. These two are 5th and 6th. Clement de Sal, former winner here back in 2010. Championship looking like Herlings on 175, Geiser 141, Cairoli 131, Jasikonis 4th on 118, Koldenoff on 117, drops to 5th. He was 3rd at the start of the weekend. – 11 laps complete. Well, Thomas Covington, Gavin Van Venrooy, Yamaha rider then, just don't need an explanation on that one. We can all see for ourselves. Tough season for the American at the moment, on his return to MXGP and the MXGP class. Tim Geiser looking like he's itching to get past the Belgian Clement de Sal. Of course, the 25 will never make it easy for anybody, not least somebody you think is a rival and a main challenger. Oh, he tried to do the panic rev up the inside there, didn't he? Clutch in, handful of gas. Tried to spook the Panda. Oh, he comes up short. Mistake all by himself, and that's an easy pass in the end for Geiser. Didn't get the distance on the tabletop. So, de Sal, oh, a bit heavy there. Back to the berry farm in the morning. And this is a second, just didn't get the distance. Look how soft. The dirt is on the top and it just slightly rises up there. That's all that Geiser needed to go through. And he's already started to break free from the Kawasaki now. So Geiser up to 5th. Brave effort from the Slovenian. Obviously not riding 100% fit and riding in some discomfort as well. Tixier going through. There's Bernardini back Mount Parker. Van Horbeek was in that little battle with Prado. Here's Paulin. Haven't seen too much of Gauthier Paulin this race. He is in 8th place. He was a couple seconds down on Monticelli, but there you see the standing construct GasGas rider just ahead of the Monster Energy Yamaha rider. Just over 5 minutes plus 2 laps remain. So Jasikonis not able to close in, but here's Febvre on Tonus. Another point in the offing here. Febvre in 11th, Tonus in 10th. Classic example of never give up until the checkered flag flies Fevre now on 32. If he finds his way past Tonus, that'll put him on 33 points. He'll stay 5th in the Grand Prix. But he's got riders here ahead of him in the form of Calvin Verlanderen. And just around the corner, well, there's Siwa. Ooh, Siwa's closing in. Siwa is closing in. He's 3rd in the Grand Prix overall classification at the moment on 36. Give himself another championship point or 2 if he finds his way past Cairoli. 4 minutes plus 2 to go. Right, 13 laps complete. Jeremy Siwa's lap time last time around, a 1:58.2, 1/10 quicker than Cairoli. So he's got him in his line of sight, but just not able to close him down just yet. Jeffrey Herlings might not be 100% either, but is able to hang on there and fend off the challenge from Jasikonis for now. It's almost 3 seconds at the start of this lap. Siwa 4th in race 1, 4th here in race 2. Cairoli looks like he's having another go at AJ. He wants that position, he wants that Grand Prix victory. But AJ here in Latvia, from just over the border, not going to make it easy for him. It will be career best finish for AJ as well, with a 2nd place finish. These guys might just be turning it up in the latter stages. So there's Verlanderen, Gavin van Venrooy. So Gavin van Venrooy, Yamaha rider, Verlanderen edging out factory Yamaha. The Monticelli Yamaha of Arno Tonus at the moment. But Roman Fevre is closing. Not able to get close enough to find his way past Tonus at the moment, though, the number 3. Calvin will be pretty pleased with this, I think. One of those who thought, actually, MXGP was harder than I thought when he moved up from MX2. Lockdown has probably been good to him. Do what he needed to do. There's Paulin, just ahead of him. Did that in the first race. Shadowed the number 21 through after they both went down in turn 1 in race 1. Paulin made it to 13th. Verlanderen made it to 15th. Ah, bobble there for Tonus. That'll be a gift for Roman Fevre. In terms of he closed him down, he can now work out a way to challenge him. But what you can't see there, great if we could have a camera on the track at that point. Oh, Herlings has gone down, and Cairoli's down. Wow, game changer. Game changer extraordinaire. Herlings crashed, and as he picked his bike up to turn around, Cairoli was already committed. AJ's going to win the race. Jasikonis is going to win the race. A mistake from Herlings in the wave section. Watch this. Backend's going to come round on him. Fortunately, he was able to lay it down. He picks it up. AJ comes through. Can't believe his eyes. And then watch this. Couldn't avoid him. And Siwa goes through. Wow. Everything looked so fine and dandy up until that moment for all concerned. But the one going to be coming up smelling the roses is Arminas Jasikonis, who now has a 3-second lead over Jeremy Seewer. Herlings is third. Cairoli is now in fourth. Cairoli will win the Grand Prix on 43 points if he stays there. Cairoli, I think, was already committed and realised he had to... Yeah, I think he may have just fallen before, all by himself. He looked up, was like, oh, okay, yeah, he got unseated as well. So, yeah, didn't quite tag. So both the Red Bulls down and out in that wave section. Still going to be good enough for the overall Grand Prix win, though. Cairoli on 43. Seewer will be second on 40 if he stays there. Herlings on 43rd. And AJ is not going to make the podium, even if he wins the race. He was on course for a career-best race finish with second. He has been handed an absolute gift, but he can't afford to switch off. A lap and a bit to go. Seewer and Herlings are back on the prowl. It is not over, folks. Seewer has never won a race in MXGP. Jasikonis has never won a race in MXGP. Jeffrey Herlings has won... Jeffrey Herlings has won 170 races in MXGP. He wants to make it 171. He's got just over a lap to do it. Oh, squeaky bum time for AJ and Seewer. But I'd rather be in Seewer's position here in that situation, I think. Who's going to be more nervous? When you're chasing somebody down, it's almost easier. Oh, there's another sting in the tail here. There's got to be. There's absolutely got to be. Seewer was good through there, actually. Jumped a couple more holes than AJ did. If Seewer passes Jasikonis, he moves to 43 points. He will win the Grand Prix because he will be on the same points as Cairoli, but the second race decides it. The best result in the second race. But Jeffrey Herlings is not finished with Seewer yet either. As we said, there might be another sting in the tail here. Herlings would only pick up 2 more points if he only finds his way past Seewer. It's not going to be good enough to take his 89th Grand Prix victory. What a crazy day we've had here. The MXGP of Riga once again. AJ is a handful of corners or more from taking a race win. A Lithuanian has never won an MXGP race. A lot riding on the next 3 corners. Penultimate turn. Arminas Jasikonis, Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, Factory Racing is lining up. The final turn, the checkered flag awaits. Arminas Jasikonis wins the race. Jeremy Seewer gets second, Herlings third, but Tony Cairoli here, 2:22, in his 17th year as a professional rider, going all the way back to 2004, has won Grand Prix number 90. He has won a Grand Prix every year since he turned pro in 2004. Wow. His 167th podium. Jeffrey Herlings went down there. AJ went by. Cairoli already made a mistake. All by himself. And Seewer was through as well. Drama again here in Latvia. We had it in race 2 on Sunday. Race 2. And Jeffrey Herlings set the fastest lap on the final lap, 1:56.7. That's how much he wanted it. Shame he threw it away, though. Oh, I'm going to sleep tonight. Way too much drama for my liking. So Cairoli wins his 90th Grand Prix, podium number 167. His 17th year as a pro. And he wins another Grand Prix. Wow. Oh, you got to love Latvia. It never fails to disappoint, does it? So Cairoli with a 1st and a 4th. Here's Lisa Leyland with the Red Bull KTM rider.
Tony Cairoli, massive congratulations, first race win and GP victory. It's been a while since we've seen you on the top step. Just tell us how you're feeling at the moment.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit painful because I was riding in the back of Arminas. Then I just see last moment the yellow flag that Jeffrey was crashed. So I also tried to change line because he was in the middle. So I slip off and I crashed also. I twist again my knee on the crash, so yeah, I'm very happy for the win, but again now we have to deal with this problem. Every time I twist is a problem, but I'm happy, of course, for the overall, and thanks everybody.
Congratulations, Tony. Thank you.
Tony Cairoli victorious here this weekend with a win and a 4th. And what was another dramatic last lap or so showdown here at the Zelterzerg circuit. His last victory came in Lombardia, in Mantova, when he went 1-1 in the mud. But this one, how special is this one? I know he's in a lot of pain, but Grand Prix victory win number 90 now. In fact, his 29th Grand Prix victory came here. GP win number 40, 48 and 61, now number 90. Jasikonis wins the race, though, from Jeremy Seewer. Herlings 3rd. Cairoli 4th. Geiser worked his way to 5th, but a distance 5th ahead of De Salle, Monticelli and Paulin. Calvin Villaren, hard for 9th place for the Geben van Venrooy Yamaha rider. Arno Tonus, Monster Energy Yamaha in 10th. Fevra's Monster Energy Kawasaki was 11th. And the rest of the guys you see there. Here's how the overall looks. Tony Cairoli wins his 90th Grand Prix in his 17th year as a professional racer. Jeremy Seewer 2nd, Jeffrey Herlings 3rd. Jasikonis with the race win, just missing out in 4th place. But he will take the race win all the same, I'm sure. Track crew getting ready to rip this place apart to make all the changes over this side in anticipation of the race in a week's time. Jeffrey Herlings leads the championship. He's now 28 clear of Tim Geiser after another dramatic weekend here, the MXGP of Riga. Cairoli is up to 3rd, and he brings with him Jasikonis and Seewer. Fox Holeshot then, shall we? Why not? Ivo Monticelli on the rocket ship. The standing Construct GasGas factory rider picking up the black plate, just like the Hoff did on Sunday. Get ready for the podium then, shall we? Third overall this weekend, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing's Jeffrey Herlings. He will be bitterly disappointed with how that race played out because he was so close to getting the job done, but just goes to show it's never over until it's over, is it? But there'll be a lot of disappointment underneath the hat and the mask there from the bullet. Jeremy Seawer, second overall, on the podium for the first time for Monster Energy Yamaha. Tough day again. Tony Cairoli, though. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing on the top step of the podium. His 90th career victory. And Claudio Di Carli, good to see him up here. Been with him every step of the way. So third overall, Jeffrey Herlings. Second overall, Jeremy Seawer. Tony Cairoli, your overall winner, with a first and a fourth. His fifth Grand Prix victory around here. Claudio Di Carli, team manager's trophy. There you go. Claudio, good job. So Jeffrey Herlings wins. Well, he keeps hold of the championship leader's red plate. And he extends his lead as well, 28 points. After Latvia 2, the MXGP of Riga. National anthem time, though, for Italy. It's been a while since we heard it. Antonio Cairoli, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Jeremy Seawer, second overall, Monster Energy Yamaha. Jeffrey Herlings, third overall, championship leader, keeps that red plate for Red Bull KTM. That's your top three here at the MXGP of Riga. And this is how the championship looks now for the manufacturers. KTM on top, 175, Honda second, 165, Yamaha third, and then Kawasaki, GasGas, and Husqvarna. Take a look at some of the best moments, shall we? Wow, what another enthralling contest we had here. The MXGP of Riga, Tony Cairoli coming out victorious on top. And what was another drama-filled race.
Tony Cairoli, congratulations, a race win and your 19th career victory. Considering just a few days ago you had a tough weekend and you're riding injured, you can't really ask for much more than that.
Yeah, I'm really happy, of course. I will dedicate this victory to my son because it's my first victory since I have him. So I hope he enjoy. Still don't understand, of course, racing, but I hope he enjoy the race. Nothing. I'm really happy. Only the crash we could avoid, but yeah, when I was just passing, Jeffrey just threw the bike, so I had to brake quickly and crashed. But it's racing, and nothing to complain. I'm really happy about the win. Of course, I'm not 100% this race, struggling a lot with this problem, but at least my shoulder feels very good, and the upper body is back where I was before, so I'm really happy about this. Now we try to don't twist it again and try to keep some ice, and hopefully for Sunday we'll feel a little bit better.
Congratulations. Thanks, Tony. Second overall today, we have Jeremy Siwa. Jeremy, despite some great racing last weekend, you just missed out on the podium, so it's good to see you back on the box again. Your first podium this year. Tell us about your races today.
Yeah, like you said, last weekend was a tough one. I was battling for the win, for the podium at the same time, and just missed it, even though I felt great. Yeah, I could bounce back now, even though I had to recover from not the best start, first moto. But some good battles out there, especially first moto with Jeffrey, and now, yeah, second moto. Luckily I had a better start and I could just be up front a bit, and got lucky with Jeffrey crashing, Tony hitting him, so I just gained 2 spots, but that's racing, and now, yeah, recover for Sunday and 1 more to go.
Congratulations, thank you.
Thanks.
Third overall today we have Jeffrey Herlings. Jeffrey, 2 third-place finishes. Mixed emotions, I'm sure, from your end. You just threw it away at the end there. Just tell us what happened from your side.
Yeah, that was a rookie mistake what I've done. I just can't believe in myself. At 2 laps ago, I would never throw it away normally, but just my front wheel washed over the berm and then started sliding and I couldn't hold on. And it was just a teeny crash, but that threw away the overall. So and 5 points for the championship, but it's racing, so things like that happen. But for the championship, we did some good things. We're 28 in front now. It doesn't mean that much. You need to be on the red play for the last race, but I think it was good today. The start improved on the second motor. First motor had a start crash, but it is what it is. So regroup on Sunday and still hope to pull 1 win before going home.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Herlings, third overall, Red Bull KTM. Mixed emotions for him, as he said. Threw away a race win, threw away 5 points in the end because obviously he went from first to third, but he also did some good things. 28 points clear in the championship, but just goes to show it's not over until it's over, is it? But he'll regroup, try his best to put himself in the hunt again on Sunday, I'm sure. Jeremy Siwa, good to see him back on the box. Second overall, a little bit of fortune in the latter stages of the race, but hey, you've got to be in it to win it. And he was right there where he needed to be to capitalise on other people's mistakes around him. So he's not going to knock that one, is he? And Tony Cairoli, his 17th year as a professional racer, his 167th podium, his 90th Grand Prix victory. He's won a Grand Prix every year since he turned pro in 2004. It's his 7th race win here, his 9th podium here, 5 of those now wins. Tony Cairoli, congratulations. Right, we're out of time. Thanks for watching. We will see you on Saturday for European Championship. Sunday, we do it all again for MX2 and MXGP. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time when we go all the way back to Riga. Only kidding. We're already here. See you soon.